Oh, howdy. I thought I would record a quick video with an update about my truck and my plans for the next week. So basically, yeah, the truck had a blown exhaust manifold gasket, and some well-wisher just emailed me saying that, hey, that's just a symptom. I'm a mechanic, and that just means that basically your truck is screwed up and your DPF is toast, and basically your truck is all done for. Expect some big repairs in the future. He says you probably need a DPF filter cleaned. And I emailed Kenworth because the truck was repaired at a cheaper facility, and I just learned that they are not authorized Cummins shop. And so I emailed Kenworth. I said, guys, because I have a good relationship with the shop and the supervisor, like I have his direct email, and the guy is pretty, can be pretty helpful. And so I said, I have this issue, blown gasket. Unfortunately, I cannot afford to get it fixed at your shop because of the ultra high labor rates, and that's the truth, because they charge 155 an hour Canadian, but still, even in funny Canadian money, that's still too much. But I said, would you mind giving me some quick advice, like what I can do to prevent this from happening in the future? Because I was concerned about what this mechanic said in his email, that this is a preview of things to come. And my truck is, I started driving in March 2018, so March 19, March 20th. So this March, basically in a month, because actually the truck came in February from the plant, but then it took him a few weeks to install the PTO and get it, roadworthy, right, and stuff like that. And so these people here are nuts. I hate this plaza, I can tell you that right now. Because there's this crazy Tim Hortons with the worst coffee in the world, and there's always lineups. And over there you see, that's Tim Hortons, and there's all these guys are going in the drive-through, and this plaza is always busy. And then these people are buying tap water, which is conveniently pre-packaged in plastic bottles. That's the theory, right? They say that's the biggest conspiracy is when people buy water, right? Because they say it's just basically tap water, and tap water is actually checked for contamination at government level, right? Because of the health concerns, and so it's no worse than this overpriced water from Water Depot. And yet I always see these poor people dragging this 20-kilo jugs, 40-50 pound jugs. Maybe they just like exercising, kind of like what I do with my bobble plate. But I think it's a scam. So the only reason I buy bottled water, because I don't have access to tapped water, right? But actually, the one water I do like, and I think is better quality, is that water from they get from icebergs. In the north, it does taste better. Like there's a huge difference between a regular water and that one. I can tell the difference. It feels much cleaner. Something special about it. That one I'm okay paying a premium for. So anyway, back to my story. So the supervisor from Kenworth says, he writes me back, and I thought he would say, hey, you're not fixing the truck here, I cannot help you, right? But he says, no, you can fix this at any Cummins authorized facility, so which I guess he means that you can try to find a cheaper shop than our shop, but which is still authorized Cummins dealer, because of course I have an X15 Cummins 605 horsepower engine with 2,050 pounds of torque. I love the engine, but I'm a bit surprised that I have this blown gasket, so early. The truck is barely 3 years old, and I have very limited mileage, right? I never overloaded it. Well, maybe once or twice, but not on a regular basis, right? Because I have lots of axles to push the weight to. So anyway, he says Cummins has something called policy request. And he says if you go to a Cummins authorized shop, you have to pay in full for the repair, but then once everything is done, you can ask the shop to apply for this policy request on your behalf. And he says, and that kind of like means that you're asking Cummins to chip in and give you some kind of a discount or something after the fact, after you paid already, And so I called the shop where my truck is now. I said, you guys are not Cummins authorized dealer by any chance? And he says, no. And I said, okay. And I told him about what Kenworth told me. But I said, then of course, if I were to go to Cummins authorized dealer, first off, I'm pretty sure the labor rate would be much higher than what I'm paying now. I'm paying 95 bucks an hour Canadian. And still, they told me the bill will be 2,650 bucks Canadian, 2,650, which is about $2,050 US. And I don't get any rebates because they're not authorized. But you see, I did not even know this, so I thought I would do this quick update so that somebody might maybe take advantage of this in the future. So even if you have no warranty, there's still something you can apply, and they, since I have such a low mileage, I guess, I don't know, but he says that's what it's called, policy request. And the only trick is that it has to be done at a authorized Cummins dealer. So I don't know. So next time if I have something big, maybe I'll do more research, because this time I didn't even call any Cummins shops. I just know these guys. I know they're pretty decent where the truck is now, and it's all done. And I asked him, I said, did you check by any chance the DPF, or did you do any computer diagnostics to see if there's other problems below the surface? And he says, well, no, but they did it last time. Remember, you brought the truck to us when you had the check engine light, right? And we changed the regeneration sensor, so the sensor is brand new. So I don't know, maybe that's when that gasket started going, but I don't remember any whistling noise until this trip, so I hope it's not something too serious. No, but also, I asked the shop, I said, you guys have any kind of a warranty, like if this happens again, like, is there any kind of a protection or discount? He says, oh yeah, sure. He says, because you're paying the full price, so if this happens again or a similar problem, so there should be some kind of a warranty, right, on parts and labor by law. And so at least this is good. So if this happens again, I'll just go back to them. It doesn't take that long to fix it. But if it happens again, the next time, of course, I'll tell them, look into what's really causing this, because why would it just blow out of the blue? I understand if I was pulling like 200,000 pound loads up the mountains every day, but I don't do that. So anyway, so I'm picking up the truck Monday, because I thought I would be loading Wednesday, but now the customer asked me to be there Tuesday. So I've been staying in Cambridge for a couple of days at the hotel, because it's been really cold, minus 10, minus 13 Celsius. It's like single digit Fahrenheit, very cold. So I've been staying here because of the truck. but now they told me the truck is ready this morning. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go to like Niagara Falls for the weekend, because hotels are cheap over there and it can be a bit warmer. I said, is it okay if I keep the truck at your shop till Monday? Like I said, park it somewhere out of the way. And the guy says, yeah, okay. I said, okay. Then so I booked the hotel for 2 nights starting tomorrow, because I'm still staying here until tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm gonna drive over to Niagara Falls for 2 days, and of course I'm bringing my Nordic poles. So I'll go for some walks, you know, among the beautiful landscape over there, and then probably get up at 5 o'clock Monday, because it's an hour drive, or maybe 6 o'clock, and I'll be here. I'll be back in Guelph. I'll leave my car there, grab the truck, drive the truck, hook up to the trailer, and then take an Uber to go bring my car, bring the car, and then I'm gonna go and cross the border. And I'm loading again in Midwest, about 5 hours away, and it's the same Cat 336, except this one will have a different type of tracks. Like, you know, I'm learning with this guy, right? It's the same customer who had me bring a 336 before. He says this one has optional tracks with 3 grousers. Basically there's like more grousers on the track, and he says they're a bit wider. I think he said about 4 inches wider. And so I'll be loading Tuesday. Hopefully I'll be able to cross the border Wednesday and deliver Thursday here. And I already have a lead on another load, but actually they wanted to load next week. And I said, I'm sorry, I already have this load. I have to go and pick up this 336. I already made up a bill of lading, gave it to the guy. I said, but if you don't find anybody for next week, I can load this thing next Monday. So I'll be back Thursday probably next week from this trip. I'll be all empty. And then I said, I'll just deadhead over there. It's in the States, near Chicago. Some kind of a machine. They said at first it's 100,000 pounds, and the guy says 105. What would you charge? So I give him the rate. The guy says, okay, the rate is okay. But they were just waiting to see if they can find a truck for next week. If not, he says, we'll book you and then you can load Monday. So, and I said, okay. And he says, oh, what kind of a setup do you have? I said, hey, weight is not a problem, especially 105,000 pounds. That's nothing for me. I said, I have a 4-axle truck, tandem Jeep, and 2+2 trailer. And also yesterday, or did I do it today? I forgot. But basically, I sent a letter to New York, HUT tax, right, for the last quarter. And I only owed them like $3. And then I did Kentucky filing again for the last quarter of the 2020. Because now they give you until the last day of January to do this. And Kentucky, I love Kentucky. It's all done online with a credit card. Boom, boom. I think I owe them like $10 or something. Because I did went to Kentucky. I think I did about 400 miles in Kentucky during the last quarter. And I paid the fine. That stupid Ohio fine. You know, usually it takes them forever to upload the information online. So I wasn't in a rush, and then I decided to finally pay it. And I go online and it says that I was supposed to be in court a day before. Sorry about that. And so they charged me like extra, I forgot, $5 or something. And so I paid online, and the guy said, if you remember, it's for that time when I had the Cat 336 and I wrote 330 on the permit application. So it was my bad. So 330, and just because one digit was wrong, this guy gave me a ticket for this clerical error. But he checked all the spacings, all the axle spacings were fine, so he didn't pull my permit. He just made me order a new permit, and I had to pay $50 to Ohio to get a new permit, and he, of course, he gave me a ticket. And he says, I'm not sure how much it is, but he says usually it's around $120. And so I go online to pay, and it says after all the fees, it was $175 US. Maybe it would have been cheaper if I didn't miss the hearing. But still, $175 just for one wrong digit on the permit. Nothing's wrong with the load. I'm not overweight. All the axle spacings are fine. But just because the piece of paper that I had to carry had one wrong digit, I paid $20, right? $50 for Ohio permit, and then $175, $50 for the correction. And the permit itself was $250. And when I was on hold waiting for somebody, so I decided to call first, I heard a very nice piece of news where they said that this particular county, this county court, is the busiest court in US, I think they said. Because they were getting up to 1,000 calls a day. So basically, boys and girls, when you are around Columbus, try to avoid getting tickets, because Columbus, Ohio, that's where I got a ticket, right? That county is the busiest county in terms of tickets. So basically, they stop everybody, and no matter what, one wrong digit, you'll get a ticket. So now my next load, I'm loading east of Columbus, and I remember where that cop was sitting on I-275, just south of I-70 Ram. So I'll try to go around that place, but of course I have to request the route that will take me like that. But anyway, I hate when they do this. So basically, it's nothing to do with safety. It's a typical money grabber. It's just a tax, it's the same as protection money. Same BS. Except they wear guns, right? Like, the guy gives you a ticket, which is supposed to be about safety, right? And he has a gun, so it's very hard to argue, right? Sorry about that. Okay, I was still recording. Yeah, 17 minutes. All right, I think we can do 2 more minutes. So what else happened? The car was running good. I didn't had to do any repairs, except I'm still planning to get bigger tires. So now my tires are 245s, and I want to get 275, so 30 millimeter extra on the drives. Because yeah, this car has too much torque for these tires. They keep spinning. As soon as the pavement a little bit wet, I cannot drive the way I want. I need more traction. And just as I thought, remember I went to pump my tires, right? And the guys refused to give me more than 32 PSI because that was my sticker said. I said, man, the temperature is going to drop and I will have like 30 or 29. No, I can only do what the sticker says. And so I already had 33 PSI. So he refused to give me, I said, give me 40. He says no. And guess what? Yesterday was minus 13 in the morning. I start my car and I, activate the tire gauge readings, and it says the rear tires were at 30 PSI. So already below the standard. And so screw this. I went to a gas station where they have air and got some money and put $2 coin in there, and I made all tires pretty much the same, but not 40, but 36. So now all my tires are 36 PSI. I don't care about that sticker, because once it hits like minus 20, minus 25, you're losing pressure, right? Especially since my car is sitting for a long time, in the parking lot. So that's what's happening. So yeah, tomorrow, Saturday, I'm gonna order permits. Of course, they don't work on the weekend, but I only need permits for Tuesday. So they will see my application on Monday. I do it online at my permit broker website. and I can, because it's the same load coming from the same state, I can just duplicate my old permit. I'll just change the serial number, and of course I'll make sure that the cat is 336, not 330, and hopefully they will start working on my request Monday, and I should get this Tuesday. And I only need 2 permits, Ohio and Michigan. So that should be about $250 for Ohio, $50 for Michigan. And then it's about $35-40 to cross the bridge. And this is again 72-hour rule, but this guy, this customer knows about the machine has to be washed. And he said, yeah, the ship already washed the machine, so I might ask him to rinse the tracks once it's on the trailer. But if the pavement is, concrete or asphalt, that's okay. But if it's dirt, they will need to rinse the tracks after loading. So that's what's happening. Yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna go to Niagara for a couple of days, and then Monday grab the truck and start moving, load Tuesday. So I'll try to do a video Tuesday during loading. So tomorrow Saturday, so I hope you guys and gals enjoy your coming weekend, stay safe, and check back on my channel soon. Ciao, bye.